Welcome to the Holy Shit, I'm Healing podcast, powered by Whispers Bridge. Raw talks on recovery, spirituality, and becoming someone you actually like.
Series 3, Men Rising, Finding Their Way Through Sobriety. Episode 3, Showing Up When It's Hard, A Father's Journey in Recovery. In this episode of Men Rising, we dive into what it really means to keep showing up, even when life is challenging. Joined by our special guest, James, a father of 5 with over a decade in sobriety, we open up about the messy, uncomfortable moments that test our commitment to ourselves, our children, and the people we love. From recovery to relationships, from parenting to personal growth, this conversation reminds us that it's not about perfection. It's about presence, honesty, and courage when things get real. Last week, we got to talk about emotional sobriety. We had our very special friend Chuck on, which was an awesome episode. If you missed it, go back, check it out. This week's going to be a little bit different. We do have a very special guest. We'll get into him in a minute. But this week, we are going to be talking about how to show up when life gets challenging, hard, how to really maintain sobriety. So our guest today is a father of 5. Yes, I said that right. 5. He is sober over a decade. He is the person who makes me laugh on a daily basis and also lose my mind on a daily basis. My husband, James. So,
James,
welcome to the pod.
And happy birthday.
And it's his birthday.
Thank you for having me.
We're glad you're here. We're going to dig into really, we know that obviously you got sober, right? We know that life is hard. You have 5 kids. We all juggle a whole bunch of different things. So what?
I said right. Yep.
Oh. So what we want to do now is really see how we keep showing up and how being a dad for you has evolved as time goes on. So did you ever have sobriety before your kids were born? Because I know he has 2 sons from a previous marriage. Did you ever try and get sober before they were born?
I did for a long time. Probably about almost 10 years. I tried. I was in and out of AA. And yeah, I just, I guess a lot of differences that kept me going out there. I don't even say I tried because I would come in and I wouldn't do anything though. I just wanted to be sober. I just didn't want to have the consequences that I kept having over and over again. And I just didn't get it. You know, I guess I wasn't ready yet. That was really what it came down to is I wasn't ready.
So you said there was like 10 years before kids that you tried?
Yeah, I tried. I had spats of sobriety, and I never had, and I didn't have what I have now.
Right. Okay. All right. So what do you feel like has shifted for you as far as what made this time different?
What made this time different? I think I was just ready this time. There wasn't like an event that happened to stop me or to make me want to stop. I just think that I was ready, and I was just like they say, I was just really tired of being sick and tired. But I was really tired, and I was ready to like come into this program and do the work and not ask questions, because I would always think that I knew better, or I would always question why I had to do something and how is this going to work for me, or why do I have to do this? It was just that, and it was just this time I really made a decision that I wasn't going to make my decisions anymore, that I was going to have somebody kind of guide me and show me how to do it. When I came in this time was a guy named Gary who had a really long-term sobriety and really good. I really respected this man and his sobriety, and he kind of spoon fed me AA. He really he was exactly what I needed in my life at that time. We got into the work, and slowly, very slowly, I started to get better. And as I started to get better, I started liking it. Liking the change that I was seeing in myself, and slowly but surely, like things started happening in my life that I wasn't even aware of, consciously. Like I was getting these relationships back in my life, and I was talking to my kids again, and my mom, my dad again, and it was just opening up my eyes to so much. And in the little time I had in the beginning, the results were like, wow, like just me doing a little bit of work, it was really working, you know? It was like for the first time in my life, I'm like, all right, this works. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with it because this really works. I never gave myself an opportunity ever in the past to get to the point where like I even saw it working at all. I would come in, I would start to feel a little bit better, and any consequence or circumstance that brought me to that point didn't seem as bad anymore. And I would
Yeah.
just wash, rinse, repeat, go out, boom, boom, boom.
That existence isn't fun, where you're in like the groundhog day of like, shit, I did it again, I did it again, I did it again, you know?
Yeah, it's
Um,
really not in existence. You know, you're just taking up air.
so what was being a dad like for you before you got sober? I know it's probably a sensitive topic. It's not always fun to look back at when we were at our worst in certain aspects of our life. But if you feel comfortable about it, what was that like for you, for the boys?
I was fairly young when I had my first kid. When he was born, it was probably just like when my alcoholism and my drug addiction was really like just starting to kick in. Just having my son being an active drug addict and alcoholic, and it was just like a perfect storm of just effing stuff up, you know, like
Yeah.
it was just bad. And I just feel like sometimes I just never grew up. You know, I was just always like, I never had any responsibility. I had no discipline. I had none of that, you know, and I kind of thought that having a kid would kind of fix that a little bit, you know, and it actually did the opposite for me. I ran from it. I ran from it, and I just got deeper and deeper and deeper into drugs and alcohol. There came a point where I I that was like the first time I went to rehab, and I tried to do it. And I wasn't ready. He's okay now, and my kids are okay, you know, but I wasn't there. I had a son, but I wasn't a father. You know, I wasn't a dad. I wasn't anything that I am even close to today. It's pretty wild when I look back on it, you know, and I do think about it sometimes, what it was and like what it was like. And I remember his mom showing me pictures of me at like his 1 year old birthday party. I think we had it at like some like hall,
Mhm.
and like and there was like a picture of me or a video of me, and I was literally in the corner of this place with 100 people around, and I was like nodding out on a reclining chair,
Oh,
you know, and it's
yeah.
like that's my son's birthday party, and it's wild.
Yeah. But addiction doesn't pick when it's going to come out and at what party and at what day and how we look or what it is. You know, it's kind of just what it is. It's addiction. It's so much more powerful than any of that. Did you have any things in your mind of what a good dad was at that point? Like, what was your view on it? You know,
Yeah, I
like some
mean,
dads like, oh, I had to, you know, as long as I bought them stuff, they were good. It didn't matter that they went to work all the time. You know, you have like these rules of what you think would make like a good parent. Did you have any sort of things like that early in?
no, I mean, I definitely had good role models. I mean, I had my dad who I saw raise a family and not do the things I was doing. I had my grandfather who I was very close with, and he was another role model. But there's not something that I can, you know, point at and say that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to, you know, if I did that, I would be a good dad. Like, there's nothing I can really point to say.
Right, to hold on to. Okay. Yeah, no, I was just curious because sometimes when we're at our worst, we're like, well, at least I did this, or well, at least I did that. And it's like these little coping skills to just not really look at what it is. So it's just interesting how that wasn't there for you, but your evolution of being a dad has shifted tremendously anyway. You know, I'm sure how you feel, how you are as a dad today is completely different. Thankfully, the boys were young when you got sober, you know,
Hmm.
so as much as there was now, do you feel like you still have like remorse or regret and stuff? And if
Um,
you do, how do you cope with that today being so much farther in recovery? Because I know I've seen a difference. That has also had an evolution.
I guess the first couple of years of sobriety, actually, probably up until about two to 3 years ago, that was something that really played on me, and was a big weight on me, and I did have a lot of regrets and that, and I don't know what changed. I just think that I just knew at this point when I started making the change that I had turned the corner and I wasn't that person anymore, and the things I had done and those things weren't who I was, or I wasn't trying to be. What was I trying to be anymore? I was moving forward from that, and that was just like a hook I had in me for so long that I just couldn't get rid of, no matter what. And now I didn't have drugs or alcohol, so that made it a lot worse.
Well, yeah, because then we have to feel everything.
Mhm.
They say, like, there's good news and bad news. The good news is you get your feelings back, and the bad news is you get your feelings back. And that was literally that. And, I got to watch you, and you said it pretty accurate as far as what I remember, too. Because me and him can't lie on this episode. We will call each other out on our shit real quick. I'll be like, nope.
Lies.
False. Bullshit. No, but I saw that shift in you too. And I think it does just take time, because so much of our life when we're in active addiction, right? Me and Trish have talked about the remorse of all the things that we've done and how long it keeps us sick for. But when you're no longer that person, you start to have that shift where it's like, okay, no, I still feel really bad. I did X, Y, and Z, but at least I don't do it anymore. And then I got to watch you evolve from the dad you used to be into the dad you are today. And it is so far from what you were that's your living amends. I see him with his oldest too. And like the relationship he has with the boys is just, it's completely different. So it's weird to hear that that's what it was, right? Because I've seen the past 10 plus years with it. I really want to hone in on what showing up does look like for us today, because we have the past, we have all the stuff we used to do, we have all the things we've been through. It's really about how to maintain this world of spirituality and well-being. And, it's a huge thing we try and implement at Whispers Bridge. So, Tasia, what does showing up for you look like today?
I would honestly say allocating time for myself, for being grateful for all the things I'm grateful for. Really just taking time out to acknowledge what I'm grateful for. And then not only being grateful for it, but showing others how much I appreciate them, because I don't think I've done a lot of that. So me showing up is telling you guys how appreciative I am of your support. Yep. That's me showing up.
Love that. You're welcome.
Brush that.
Oh, yeah. All right, Trish, what is showing up for you? Well, what was it not, right? In our drinking days, showing up meant I was going to be late. I probably didn't have a shoe. Yeah. I was going to hit you in the face. I didn't show up, like there's not. What is you showing up today look like? What is that?
Today is me being sober and me saying, if I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to be there and I'm going to show up and just be the best version of myself. And anytime there's like something going on, of an event, it's not about, like I would always like make a scene when I was drunk and make it about me. And now I just like sit back and I just enjoy the people around me.
Oh,
yeah.
Love that.
Thanks.
Yeah, mine I think is more authentically being there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I would show up. I'd show up late. I'd show up a hot mess. I would show up in all these different ways. But like now I get to show up and be present. And I don't always do that good either. I'll be on my phone. I'll blah, 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 you'll say I watch my shows at night. I'm showing up. I'm present, but I'm like half checked out because it's been a really long day.
Mm-hmm.
I think that being in recovery, being surrounded by people who really care about how they are as humans, it really does get us to realign with, okay, how do I want to show up today? you know, because if we're untreated, we still show up the way we used to.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fucking fact.
Yeah, those character defects come out.
Oh my God. And we've seen the worst of each other. Like, we have truly seen the worst of each other. We've been together.
Casey's laughing.
Yeah.
James's
Like-
face.
Yeah. No, do you think it's been pretty rough at times? Two
Absolutely.
people navigating recovery with, we had 3 children of our own. We have, you know, the 2 boys. It's the dog, the house, he's an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. The amount of life, right? Then we added the nonprofit. Then we're doing another side thing. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
our household is a fucking crazy. So the fact that there is 2 people sober in recovery showing up every single day, there's going to be days where we're not showing up nice. We're not going to look good. We're not going to feel good. We're not going to act good. And I think that's something that most people can relate to. You know, it's easy to show up when you're in a good mood.
Yeah.
But how do we show up when we're not in a good mood? How do we stay balanced in all of these things? So that is something I really want to hone in on in this episode. James, do you have like one sign that you can look at now and say that it really represents how much you've changed, whether it comes to the kids and how you handle them or just in your own personal world?
As far as what? Say that again.
So is there any sign, right, that really shows you how much you've changed? Anything that sticks out to you where like a you compared to you thing is completely different from how you would have handled it in the past? I have a list if you need. Of all the
Really?
things you ever did wrong. I'm just kidding.
Give me one example.
Yeah, that's a good question.
All right, of like what you used to do not well. I think you are a lot better at interacting now.
100%. Yes. That is.
Full 180.
Yeah.
You know, he would get so much noise in his head in the first few years of recovery that being around the kids on top of that was just that much more noise, you know, and he was there and he was always an awesome dad who cared and tried, right? But now I get to see you actually enjoy being a dad. I get to see you really in your moments with them, interacting with them, being with them, not a checklist, not a to-do, but to really, really like enjoy them. So that's something I think is huge. And that's not just because you got sober. That's because you got sober, stayed sober, and continued to get well.
Absolutely. Yep.
There's
And
peop-
willing to still learn.
Nothing is
Absolutely.
hotter. And we've talked about that before. Like, we decided to do a men's series because there are so many guys where it's just not really that easy for them to talk about their feelings. Who's going to go get, like, how many times did you go and buy a self-help book? You can't see him because he's so tan, but his brows did frown. Like, are you out of your fucking mind? You don't do
What
that,
is that?
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
what is that?
exactly.
Exactly. So you don't have self-help books, right? You barely go to therapy. If you're going to therapy, it's because you have a wife or a woman in your life who is literally threatening to leave you for you to go into therapy. That's 95% of the people. I'm not actually quoting that statistically, but I'm assuming it's up there, right? And then the only people who actually get help are usually the ones who hit such a bottom that they have to, which is the recovery community. You know, what normal guy who struggles with how he communicates just looks into it so he could be better at it? You know, like it's not there. And it's also super uncomfortable because there's this old idea that men are supposed to be these rugged, rough men who don't have feelings or emotions. And if they do, they're bitches. You know, the reality is it is the most attractive thing I have ever seen is when I met you and you have showed up every single day and you've tried to be better than who you were yesterday.
Yeah. I feel like you have to, you know, you have to. I could be that guy, you know, I could be that guy that isn't willing to do anything, but you know what? Like at the end of the day, life is hard. Recovery's hard. Life is hard. Relationships are hard. You know, everything is hard. It really is. And, you know, you gotta, I just feel like I have accountability today and, I show up, you No matter what, I show up. You were talking about the therapy and stuff, and you and I go to therapy together. We go to marriage counseling, and I absolutely love it. I do. You know, I really do it. And I've seen a change in you. I've seen a change in me. I've seen a change in us. And I especially like the lady because I'm winning. You know, like I'm winning.
Okay, guys, sidebar. I thought going to couples therapy
I'm winning.
meant I was going to get someone on my team to be like, you're an idiot. You know? And this lady's like, you have some daddy issues. And not in that way, right? But she blows our mind every time.
Yeah,
because
she's Team James all the way.
Yeah, no. Well, she, honestly, I would prefer her be Team James because it gets me to see it differently.
No, she's great.
You
She
know what I
really
mean?
is.
And she doesn't actually take sides.
No, she doesn't. I'm just.
But James does think he's winning. But honestly, he might be, because there are a lot of times where I think I'm completely right in the way that I feel, and I can only see it from my perspective. And I hear him, and I'm trying, right? But you can only see what you could see until someone else goes, "Why'd you do that? Why'd you assume it was like that? Why did it have to be this way in order for it to be like that?" And you know, where you're like, what? But again, unless you're probably in a marriage where it's, we have to do this so we can grow, right? What actual man will just bring himself into some sort of self-help, wellness, let's get fucking better, you know? And that's a huge part of Whispers Bridge. It's not just for women, it's for everybody. So Trisha, from an outsider perspective, who's not really outside, she babysits our kids love you. How do you feel like James is, or me and James, as far as parenting our three little munchkins who are so cute?
They are really adorable. Well, I think one thing I admire about the both of you is the love that you have for each other, but you're still so committed to your recovery. It's like, you'll be at a meeting, you're like, I got to go. James got to go to his meetings. Like, that's the number one thing. It's God meetings, because if you didn't have that, you wouldn't have such a great family dynamic, I feel. And your kids, I wasn't able to be a mom. That was just God's path for me, which I'm okay with now. But I got blessings of your three little angels. I am seriously so in love with them. The way that you guys have raised them is just, they're just so sweet. Oh my God. I just love them so much. You guys are just doing such an amazing job with them.
So you were asking about, I have a sign. There it is right there.
Yeah, that's a sign. Someone said you're doing great.
You're doing a great job.
No, yeah. No, I think that's huge, you know, especially because I think sometimes we can't see it because we're in it. So to really have an outside perspective. How do you think James manages as being a dad, Taze? And being sober? Let's get the tea with Taze.
I love that.
Oh my
Tea with
gosh.
Taze.
Tea with Taze. No, I
Total
everybody
honesty.
everybody has challenges,
Yeah.
but you guys, you stick through it, and it might take a day, it might take a few days, but you calm down, you come back together always, and you figure it out, and it's admirable. It's rare. So be proud.
Look at that. How sweet. How
You guys
sweet.
make a really good team.
Yeah, you do.
Mhm. And even when there's like stressful situations at home and how you guys handle situations with the kids. Christina, I love when you get down to the kids level and you're eye level with them. You're not talking above them. You're not, and you're just like, what do you need? What do you need to make you feel? I'm
As
listening.
I'm shaking them. What do
What do you need? But it's just like you,
No.
baby.
you would be like, blah, blah, like F you, James, and like Lorenzo's like, Mom, you're like, what do you need, honey? Like it just snaps. It just, and like, oh God, like when Maddie's like having like a Maddie time, you know, like I'm like, let me go comfort her. You're like, no, just let her be. She needs her space right now. I'm like, okay. But
Yeah.
like,
Do
you
the
know,
same
like,
thing.
yeah, right. Like I just want to
hug her.
yeah, I just want to
No,
hug on her. You're like, no, just let her be. Like, she needs time. And it's like, yes, Mom. Okay.
I was just gonna say, like, fine.
Fine. I won't be the fun aunt
Well, do
right
you
now.
find it different?
Right? Yeah.
Well, that's the best part of me and James. You have the time the kids are like, are you guys okay? And we're like, we're good. You know,
Yeah.
we're Italian. We talk loud. We banter. We're like, you know, drop the fucking Windex. Let me check, you know, or get off the floor. You don't need to pick that up right now. And like, just it's a wild house, you know, but it is. We keep showing up. So what do we feel like? How do we stay in balance? And you guys too, especially, because just because you guys don't have kids doesn't mean you don't have a shit ton to show up for. Things you need to really put yourself to the side and handle. You know, you have your job, you have the nonprofit, you have your whole spiritual world, doing all your Reiki. You have so many different hats that you wear as well. And Trish running the business, you know, like, how do we stay balanced so that other people who are also overwhelmed can learn ways of being okay and still showing up when it's hard?
I feel meditation is so important to get some refocus. Like even like T, she does these mini meditations that are like 2 to 3 minutes. Like how much that 2 to 3 minutes for me just to pause and take a moment to realign myself, I think is very important.
Oh, I'm so glad they help.
Right? Yeah. Meditation 100%. It's always Deb will say she says so many things. Once you're a pickle, you can't be a cucumber.
Yeah, once a cucumber. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But it was the now I'm gonna botch it.
Mackenzie said it too recently.
Yeah, but it's also the mask on yourself, like God, yourself, and then others. You know what I mean? And if it's not God for you, and that's fine, it could be anything. How do you get centered to put the mask on yourself to then be of service? You know, and I know you are so spiritual. You take that time for yourself. You make sure. How do you stay balanced through everything?
Actually, I pay attention to when I feel like I need a minute, and I honor it every single time. I don't care where I am. I will walk away and go recenter. I don't care if it's in my car. I don't care if it's in the bathroom. I don't care if it's around the block. I'm out. And I'm going to come back when I'm good. And then it just helps relationships. It helps every situation. It helps a lot.
Okay, so removing yourself from the situation temporarily to then come back better.
Yep. Even it's like just going for a walk, like a brisk walk around the block.
Yeah.
Just something to recenter.
Do you know how long it took me to learn to pause in recovery? I was probably 7 or 8 years sober, and I finally had the thought to pause before I did or said something. I was like, oh my God, I did it. It's taken years, but I got it, right?
I did.
It's like a big thing. So I think that's amazing how you're just like, I'm a little off. Give me a minute. And then, like, I'm fascinated by her every time. James, what do you do to keep yourself balanced?
What do I do to keep myself balanced?
Yeah.
I'm never really off balance.
Fishing.
Sorry.
I thought I was going to say a lie.
What is this?
What the hell was that?
That was new.
That was a new one.
I added that.
Oh my God, I love it. He's like, what just happened?
Yeah, what do? I do love being out on the water. That definitely centers me. But you know, I can't do that. You know,
Every day.
every day.
Even though you
So-
try.
Yeah.
I definitely try.
Do you meditate?
I do. I wouldn't say it's a meditation, but I definitely I read the 24-hour book every day,
It's a good one.
and I always take a couple minutes after I read it. And
Mine's in the bathroom.
So is his.
so is mine.
No, but it is a type of meditation. It doesn't matter where it is. You're taking a minute.
Yeah, it's a cleansing moment.
Really?
Real.
You release a lot of tension,
All
a
the
lot
things.
of stress.
That's great.
Yeah. No, but I see you do it. And the days we do it, our life is better. You know? I think in order to stay balanced, same thing. I have to start my day right.
My thing is being disciplined enough to do it. I don't do it every day. I do it a lot, but I don't do it every day. Like for me, like discipline is like everything. If you want to be like great at something, everybody that's great at something have discipline. Everybody, they, you know, no matter what, it's non-negotiable. They do it every single day.
Well, that's a good goal to go towards. You're
Absolutely.
halfway there, more than halfway there anyway.
Yeah, no, I
That's
try.
good.
I try.
No, you're doing.
Yeah, because then it doesn't matter what you feel. And I
Right,
think
you do it anyway.
alcoholics are very undisciplined. just by nature. Like, I want to feel how I want to feel when I want to feel it. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. That's how my whole life was. And then you get sober and you're like, oh shit. Like, I have to make my bed.
Uh-huh.
I didn't make it today. James usually makes the bed.
Oh, does he? That's so good.
He does. He makes the bed almost every day. He's a good one.
Discipline.
And that's what it is. He's more of that structured discipline. I'm more of like the airy spiritual, like, oh my God, guess what happened today? And it's like, I found a feather. I found a feather, and then I'm rebooted,
It's also like character, at the same time. It's a good balance.
We are fire and water, but we are also like yin and yang. It balances very, very well. All right. So do we have any advice for parents in recovery, for dads trying to not absolutely lose their effing minds on their kids, how to maintain some sort of peace, or anything that you'd like to kind of have passed along as your legacy?
My legacy. When I work my program hard, my life is easy. When I work my program easy, my life is hard.
Ooh.
And that's true. That's true for me.
Wow.
So if I can offer any advice to anybody, kids, not kids,
Yeah, focus on the sobriety.
and everything else will magically fall into place. It
So
will.
can I come to these?
She's
Come to
like,
the open
guys,
I need a little bit of this. Thank you.
she's like, I don't know if everyone knows, but I had a really rough Saturday night 2 Saturdays ago.
I don't want to talk about it.
We know, baby.
I know.
I know,
Yeah.
damn. Well, shush.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Were you the one that picked me up off the rocks?
No, that was my ass. All right, so let's do a little rapid fire before we wrap up this episode.
Oh, I have a question.
Ooh.
What attracted you to Christina when you first met her?
Oh,
I'm really, yeah.
Her orange hair.
Wait, was it the pixie cut?
Yeah, but it was lavender, not orange.
No, then you changed it to like carrot orange.
No, I didn't.
That's
you did.
hysterical.
But
It was the other girl.
Yeah, who's the carrot cake? Carrot cake is his favorite kind of cake. So
That is good cake.
so
no, I had half blonde, half red,
Oh, maybe the red. you
or
were thinking
maybe
of.
I did pixie. It was purple. I don't know. Whatever. Now I'm gonna have to look back at pictures. Look for the orange head girls. Is this her?
Anyway, continue.
Yeah.
what attracted me to her? Wow.
I love how
Right
Trish
on the
goes
No,
off
because
script.
there's too many things.
Right
That's
for the
what.
neck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she goes off script, man. I'm like, all right, let's see what he says. Let's watch him squirm.
You know what? I think it was her confidence. I think that's what I think that attracted me the most at first. I think her confidence and just the way she carried herself. I knew she was younger in AA, and I knew she had a couple of years sober, and I was just kind of taken back a little bit, like, wow, this girl's. At the time, I was like, wow, she got her shit together, but
Then I got to know her.
And I come to find out, but
This bitch is crazy.
yeah, no, that was probably.
I definitely had it way more together than we okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you're comparing, if you had it way more together than me, then you win.
Definitely.
You win.
Definitely.
Yeah. But now that was probably the first thing that kind of attracted me to her. Was her confidence and stuff like that. But yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
He's like, all right, calm down.
This is almost over.
Yeah, you did so amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
That was so fast.
It was.
It goes fast.
Yeah, it goes.
Wow.
Fit. We just get to shoot the shit. Is there anything you would like to ask us? Well,
Come back to me. I'll come.
all right.
I'll
Is there
figure it out.
anything you want to pack into this episode anything about showing up, anything about a funny story with being around kids, anything that, is being guided to be out of your mouth at the moment?
Oh, well, the showing up bit, like, that's been like a theme for the past like month or so. Because I even said it to you like an hour ago. I'm like, I hope I'm showing up for you guys as much as you're showing up for me. Because, like, epic support, man. I'm like beyond grateful. So I just want to, give back.
When you
Love
find
that.
your people,
Yeah.
we're more than just friends. Like we're all a family here.
Legit,
We
yeah.
all support each other, and like we're such big part of your guys' life and your kids' life. Like we're not going anywhere. We're a family,
Yeah.
and families show up.
And we were taught how to show up.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, we didn't show up for so many things over the years that, like, the fact that you're going through a tough time and we get to show up, you know, like that night, right? I was like, I gotta go. He's
Fucking Saturday.
no,
night,
and like,
man.
it's an example, you know,
Mhm.
where he's like, is she okay? And I was like, yeah, I don't know though, you know? And the first thing he said is, she's probably got a lot going on right now, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you don't think that we had a lot going on?
Yeah.
We're just like kind of more towards the outside of it, but that give us 2 days and we'll probably have something else, you know, like the chaos of the day-to-day things that come up. It takes a village. It really does.
It
That's
really
why
does, yeah.
whether it's support with raising children, support with your recovery, support with how to stay mentally well and balanced, you need your people, you know, and I think it's crucial to have.
That's like everybody that I talk to too, like in those close knit groups. That's their one number thing. They're like, I love my people.
Mhm.
Like
Yep.
they understand me, they can hear me, they're there for me. Split second.
Yeah.
Like it's beautiful. And I really feel like that's what we do at Whispers Bridge, especially. Like it's a community, it's a family.
Yeah. And you get to receive now. I know receiving is not as easy, but I am glad you get to receive it now as well.
That's a
I
bitch.
receive.
I
Yep.
receive.
I receive.
All
No,
right.
yeah, I
Trish-
didn't think it was gonna be that difficult.
Oh, yeah, no, it's wild.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's something with James, too.
I hate that.
He does. He will be
Receiving?
the most, yeah.
Dude, it's
Yep.
uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable. I get it.
Yeah, no,
I know.
he squirms, man. And I think showing up for him, I've had to alter what that looks like based on what it is and how he responds. Like, he doesn't respond well to be like, great job.
Yeah.
You were just so amazing. He's just like, yeah, I'm the fucking best. Like, he'll turn it into like a joke or something sarcastic.
Yeah.
He's very sarcastic.
Deflective.
Right, deflective or minimizing. So it is good that like we kind of get to you have been able to evolve in how you show up for me as time has gone on. It used to be and now it is so much more than that. It is, you know, when my dad got sick, right? And they say like you really have to go through all these different trials and tribulations to really know. And he wasn't good at what I expected when I expected certain things, right?
Mm.
But what I found was when I don't expect anything because I'm not okay and I can't even think about anything else, he showed up exactly how I needed. He sat in the room with me. He listened to me talk about what was going on. I was hysterical crying. You know what I mean? I thought about that moment earlier today and how it was that I knew then that you would always show up when I need you to. Not in how I think, not in how I ideally would want you to, but you will always show up. And I've seen you do it with the kids. It might not be my way. It might not be in this, you know, but you show up every single day for being a husband and a dad, for yourself in recovery. I think it is such an important thing to really keep that momentum going, you know, of like, yo, like we are fucking showing up, you know, and look at how good life gets when we show up.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to run from it. We don't have to numb it out. We don't have to, it is just the most amazing place to be when you can show up and actually be where you are, you know. What about you? Anything you want to pop into the episode before we close? James, anything come to mind?
No, I'm just I'm really happy to be on the show, and I'm really grateful that you guys asked me to come on. Hope I did okay.
You did amazing.
You did so good.
Thank you so much
James.
for
Yes,
joining
thank
us.
you.
Yes.
When do I get my money?
Pennies. For every follower we get, James will receive 1 penny.
And I thought that meant $1,000. She goes, were you on the phone?
Yeah. I'm like, it's $10.
For every like you get a penny. 1,000 likes, you'll get $1,000. I'm like, babe, $1,000. He's like, the fuck?
I didn't do that math. I'm pretty sure it's $10.
Yeah, no, it's $10. Yeah, no, so fuck me.
That's awesome.
How you were ever worked at an accounting office?
All right, so thank you so much, James, for joining us. It was so
Yes,
nice
thank
that
you.
you were
Thank
on here.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for our next episode. I'm not even going to tell you what's coming up next. We're going to have it be a total surprise for next week.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll see you soon. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.